Hey guys, what is up? It's Greg here from Personal Evolution. Today coming at you with a crypto market update and a look at the biggest news stories, thinking about how it's going to affect us, and then looking at the week ahead. We'll be using CoinMarketCal and looking at some of the price movements of stuff like chain games and Origin Protocol. So if you want to see that, stick around because it will be relevant to you guys holding that. Without further ado, let's jump into the market update. So market-wise, we're looking really good across the board. Real big pushes from the last 7 days from Binance Coin, really tearing it up upwards at 77%. XRP's been on an absolute bull run and a half, climbing to $1.35 from, I remember not too long ago when I bought in about, I think 2 weeks ago, where it's 50 cents. And that's really riding on a wave of good news. And then the other notable ones, Litecoin has had a really good run, Cardano, and followed Ripple up the ladder. So that's our top 10 update. Let's jump into Bitcoin as our first point of call. Bitcoin's been doing really smashing through all-time highs. Let's have a look at this. So we've really seen a big push over the last few weeks, the last few months, really high. And we've entered this consolidation phase. So you see we're going sideways a bit, but it was a record Bitcoin weekly close, and Cointelegraph does our 5 things to watch in Bitcoin this week. So all this was saying, as I read through, was stocks are a reflection of the coronavirus, UK's bullish, Eurozone's looking a bit dodgy, India's kind of getting hammered a bit because of the massive rise in cases. The signal, it's looking there might be a breakout on the cards for Bitcoin after it rose past 60,000 again. And yeah, I think a lot of analysts are looking for it to break out beyond that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens today. Coinbase, I haven't seen this chart before, and I thought it was really interesting actually, but this is measuring Bitcoin's halving, where we've seen similar price action before. So the middle line is the average growth price after the previous halving. So 0 is the halving, days after halving along the bottom. The blue kind of area diagram is the top and bottom of how much the price has changed. So maybe in one of the first halvings, it wasn't much really. And then the later halvings, much more. So as a price prediction, we're tracking against this blue line and eCoin metrics, calling out the different points where we're at. So we can see that we touched what Bitcoin was supposed to be on track for 41,000 by 31st, 2020. We seem to have just touched that, then diverged back up. April the 18th is the next call out point, talking about 100,000. May 12th would be the top of the market, kind of 387,000. So that's super bullish for Bitcoin. I personally don't believe we'll see it get this high in the cycle, because it's going to be much harder for retail investors to have this massive impact on the Bitcoin graph. In terms of market cap, we're over $1 trillion market cap. So to double up to 100,000, it's another $1 trillion entering the market. I'm not saying it's impossible, but getting to 400,000, that's going to be a big ask in such a short time frame. I might be wrong. I'm happy to be proven wrong. But yeah, I thought this was a really interesting graph. Definitely take a look at it. Then coming away from Bitcoin onto Ether. Ethereum saw the highest close, setting records. And yeah, just more interesting in cryptos. So, but following on from that, let's look at the total market cap. Nice, slowly rising. We're now securely above 2 trillion, 2.1 trillion. In terms of market cap without Bitcoin, we're up at the 968,000 billion mark even. And that's really exciting for the altcoins. So in terms of the dominance of Bitcoin, we can see this is slowly coming down as Ether and stuff set new highs. We can expect that to really climb down. This is a really important indicator. If you haven't been on this channel before, I talk about it all the time. Is in the previous alt seasons, we saw Bitcoin's dominance drop like a hot rock. It's crazy how fast it fell. And as you can see, we're starting to see that kind of massive kind of down spike again. So we're really, what all the indicators are telling me is that we are coming into alt season hot and fast. Sorry if you couldn't see that. So right at the end there, you see the altcoin total market caps going up. All these altcoins doing really well and Bitcoin coming down. Yeah, I think that's really important to keep an eye on, because that's when we can start seeing the altcoins firing off like crazy people. So yeah, that's it in terms of a market update. In terms of specific coins I want to look at, Ripple is the obvious one, riding on the sentiment of good news. He suffered another bit of a defeat the other day because it's proved Ripple stopped the requirement to divulge its CEO's financial records. So that was a big win for Ripple. Again, off the back of this, we're seeing massive bullish sentiment in Ripple after a long time of consolidating down at the 0.4, 0.5 sort of price. We had this massive legs up here, and I'm waiting to see whether it'll pull back a bit. Hopefully collect some more on the way down. And then I'm expecting XRP to shoot as soon as it comes out from under this SEC. Most people are saying it should be around $5, $3 to $5. So I'm expecting a 3 to 5x at least in the near term, but always do your own research there. Don't rely on me. In the similar vein, Stellar followed Ripple up a bit. It had a bit of a blackout day the other day. Some of the nodes stopped working, which is quite concerning. Stellar released a statement saying this is normal, although I'm not sure how normal that is. But as you can see, it's recently done this nice kind of head and shoulders type thing where it's gone like a nice smiley face. I'm not a massive technical analysis person, so I might have got that wrong. Please refer to other YouTubers who do a much better job than me. But I thought it was interesting that it's following the XRP price up. As it is a fork, or as it was originally a fork of XRP, I'm not surprised to see it's very correlated. So if XRP goes flying, I'd expect Stellar to get some of that. In terms of what else we had going on, Solano has been doing really well, I noticed. Having a nice run up here. I think it's ever since Ethereum L2 was delayed, we've really seen it shoot upwards, which is great news for Solano. Also, on top of that, the next thing to happen for Solano is this airdrop. Yeah, and really just echoing what I just said, Ethereum fees are pushing investors to seek cheaper alternatives. So I think that's really interesting that Solano's doing really well. I'd expect Ethereum competitors to keep doing well. On to more broader news, just in general, there have already been twice as many large-scale crypto VC deals in 21, which is really good news for the whole sector because it means we're really getting into the swing of things here in terms of really plowing money into the space and developing all these cool tech. Interestingly, a bit of negative news. Website traffic dropped nearly 9% in March, which again, is quite interesting considering how much hype there has been around. Maybe this is the peak of hype NFT hype even, and we're seeing it return to a bit more normal level. With all the altcoins and stuff, I expect going a bit mental during April and May. I'd hope to see this rise, and I will be keeping an eye on this. And I think you should too. So yeah, that's that. And the final one for looking at news, Gamestop. I always like this thing because I really watched the saga unfold because I go on Reddit a lot. And yeah, I thought this was really interesting. GameStop seeks analysts trained in NFTs, crypto, and blockchain. I think they're just trolling Wall Street now, to be honest. Just dropping that they're going to look at NFTs and crypto to make the price pump higher. I'll hold back my cynicism. I noticed Ryan Cohen got appointed to the board the other day, which was really good news for them in amongst some other people. So yeah, if you're a GameStop enthusiast, I thought that was worth dropping in. Let's look at the week ahead. 3 things I noticed on here that I thought were interesting to talk about. We've got, first of all, an Origin Protocol NFT drop, Lupe Fiasco. This was announced quite a while ago. In terms of what I expect the price to do for this, I'm not expecting huge things because the NFT market, although it's still quite hyped and there's more and more people entering it, I've noticed quite a few negative stories about it recently with the prices falling out and the volumes dropping on trading. So I'll be interested to see how this reacts to that news when that drops later today. And the other 2 that I pulled out was Filecoin. I'm doing a network upgrade in Fork, which is quite significant, but I'm not entirely sure whether it will have a significant impact on price. Again, check it out yourself for the kind of latest analysis. The other one that's been heavily pushed by YouTubers, Chain Games. I know Alex Becker is big on this. Just looking at the price chart for them, quite an interesting price chart. We can see that if I switch to, oh no, trading view's down. Okay. So if I look at the price view and I do year to date, we had this huge run up in the price as they announced like the Fortnite partnership and all this good stuff. Then it pulled back. We had this kind of retracement. And then right at the top here, Fortnite announced that they weren't going to go ahead with it and it plummeted. So if you're into gaming and you like what the project are doing, again, I'd strongly suggest looking into it because I think it's interesting. It doesn't solely rely on Fortnite, but I think it's well worth looking at because you could probably pick it up at a nice discount. Again, always do your own research. Don't rely on me. And yeah, that's our roundup. If you want more like this, give us a like, give us a subscribe. And I will be coming out with a fundamental analysis of the Flare network, hopefully later today, but maybe tomorrow. looking at that as it's very relevant to XRP holders. So yeah, if you want to get that straight to your notifications, hit the bell button, hit the subscribe, and yeah, leave comments on this video. I enjoy reading them and I will answer to them. So until next time, stay safe